thought, the command, he was, I think the emotions, the adrenaline was hard to rein it in. But in that third inning, he made some big pitches for us.
全体的には少し緊張していたとは思うんです。スピードは出てましたけども、ちょっとコントロールの面としては多少欠けていたかなとは思いますが、3回でピンチの場面でしっかり抑えられたっていうのはすごく大きかったと思います。
Other questions in Japanese for Dave? Go to your right. Go to your right, Dave.
お疲れ様です。今日大谷選手がホームランを打ちましたけども、こうやって日本で、プレッシャーがかかる中で速い球をあそこにホームランを打ったということについて、状態について教えてください。
It's not surprising. Nothing Shohei does surprises me, and everyone here tonight came to watch Shohei perform and put on a show, and like Shohei does, he always seems to deliver, and it was a great moment for everyone for him to hit a home run here at the Tokyo Dome.
この状況で結果を残す、なおかつプレッシャーの中で期待に応えられるっていうのは、はっきり言ってびっくりしていない。東京ドームで公式戦でホームランを打ったっていうのは、もう皆さんにとってすごく嬉しいことだと思いますし、素晴らしい結果だったと思う。
Other questions in Japanese for Doc? Okay, well, right in that row on the left.
今日佐々木投手が3回でマウンドを降りたその判断について教えてください。あと今日で東京シリーズ全日程終わりましたけれども、振り返ってみてどういう数日間だったか、チームにとってどういう数日間だったか教えてください。
I think for me tonight it was pretty easy in the sense that throughout spring training he's only pitched 4 innings, and given there was an increase in velocity all night tonight, there was a lot of stress in the last couple innings, and we have a long season, and I want to make sure that we protect him and he continues to build up.
We'll shift to English. We'll start with Doug in the first row.
And Dave, just kind of getting back to Roki, just that third inning there. Just how impressive is that to maybe not have his best stuff as far as command through more balls and strikes, to get that strikeout with the four-seamer, then use that slider to get out of that inning to punch out Shaw?
Just the way he responded in that situation when he didn't have his best command tonight, I just think it speaks to how competitive he is, and that was a pivotal part of the game, and he's just such a great competitor, and we'll stretch him out, but I think that even when he didn't have his best stuff early, and I think I think a lot of it is emotions, but it speaks to how competitive of a great competitor that he can make pitches when he needed to make pitches.
大事な場面でコントロールがなかなかなかった回で、しっかり抑えられたっていうのはもう佐々木投手のそういうピッチャーのスキルを評価しないといけないのかなとは思います。
Third row, Fabian.
Yeah, Dave, when you guys talk about Roki being an unfinished product, where does the command kind of fall in terms of like being that, especially for immediate success, like the kind of thing that's going to be most important for him?
コントロール、佐々木投手のコントロールは今日全体的に見てまし
I think it's kind of a little bit like where Yoshinobu was last year, where major league pitchers have to learn to trust their fastball and command it, and it makes their secondary pitches play up. So, number one, I believe that he's going to continue to get that conviction to command the fastball. And today, there was just a lot of his splits were ball out of the hand. And if he can get his split over the plate more, he'll get a lot more swing and miss also.
由伸が去年経験したようにストライクゾーンの中でストレート勝負、ストレートを投げ込むっていう自信っていう面では、今シーズンローキは勉強することなのかなとは思いますし、ちょっと今日の登板に関してはスプリットがちょっとボール気味っていう面でなかなかあまりプレート上にスプリットがいかなかったっていう面では少しそこを調整すればもうちょっといい内容につながっていたのかなと思う。
Second row here left, Jack.
How entertaining is it to just watch Roki? Like, he comes out, he's just hitting 100 on those first 4 pitches. He's grunting. He, gets himself in danger and has to get out of it. Like, what kind of show was it, kind of watching him out there tonight?
今日100マイル連発したり、ピンチに切り抜けたり、いろんなドラマチックな展開だったんですけども、どう評価していますか？
I think that's what we talked about a little before the game, where you have a young player who doesn't have a lot of experience and with a lot of talent, that there's going to be variance. And so the highs are going to be highs, and when he's not commanding it, it gets a little bit tricky. But at the end of the day, his talent, his compete showed through. And I do want to say that he wanted to stay in the game. And that was a decision I made. I felt for the best interest of him, but he wanted to keep going.
若いピッチャーはこういうムラがある内容っていうのはよく見ることで、もちろんその素質もありますし、もちろん長いイニングを投げたいっていう意思はありましたけども、今回はこういう内容を見て、3回で登板するという決断にしました。
And then with Shohei, like, when we talk about, kind of the mystique around him, like, a lot of guys put up big numbers, but how much does just that ability to deliver on command, do you think, kind of contribute to his popularity and kind of the way, the stature he has in the game right now?
大谷選手の知名度っていうのは、こういう場面、大事な場面でしっかり結果を残すという評価をされていると思いますけども、今日の試合を見てどう思いましたか？
I know Shohei puts his pants on just like we all do, one leg at a time. But if there's ever a superhero, I think Shohei just seems like a superhero. And in the biggest of games or the biggest of moments, he seems to always deliver.
大谷選手はみんなと同じように毎朝パンツを履いて球場入りしますけども、この現時代でのスーパーヒーローっていうのは一番近い存在は大谷選手なのかなとは思います。
Dave, thank you for everything this week. Really appreciate it. Will, thank you as well.
Last thing I want to say is to the city of Tokyo and the country of Japan, on behalf of the Dodgers and Major League Baseball, we just want to say thank you because you guys were all such great hosts, and hopefully we put on a good show. So thank you.
ドジャースの一員としてメジャーリーグベースボールの一員として東京、日本にお伝えしたいのはすごい感謝の気持ちがもういっぱいです。素晴らしい経験、体験をできて本当に感謝をしたいと思います。
Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Roki. Congratulations, Roki. Thanks for coming in. Yuji, thank you as well. We'll start in Japanese. Who is the first question for Roki and Yuji?
では日本語の質問からお願いします。
We'll start in the second row on your left.
お疲れ様でした。そしてメジャーデビューおめでとうございます。まずはメジャー初めてのマウンドに立った感触、感想を教えてください。
Congratulations on making your major league debut. Please tell us about your feelings having made your debut.
そうですね、まずは日本で、の開幕で、日本のファンの、皆さんが作ってくれた、独特なというか素晴らしい雰囲気の中で投げることができてよかったなと思っています。
Being able to pitch in this special, excellent environment that the Japanese fans created for me was really great.
Other questions? We'll go to your right, Roki.
お疲れ様です。今日のご自身のピッチング、ご自身でどう評価されてるかっていうのと、あとまっすぐだいぶメジャーリーガー相手にも押してたと思うんですけど、そのまっすぐの評価っていうのもお聞かせください。
How would you evaluate your own performance today, in particular the fact that you were able to attack major league hitters with your fastball?
そうですね、スプリングキャンプからスプリングトレーニングから、いろいろこう練習してきた中で、一番まっすぐ自体は良かったですし、コントロールで、乱れてしまう部分もあったんですけど、それ以上に自分の中で良かった時のなんですかね、こういい感覚があって、良かったなと思いますし、そこを、同じクオリティのボールフォームを、再現して、その同じような球を投げれたらなと思ってます。
I felt good about the things that I've been working on through spring training. Even though my command went awry a few times during the game, I felt good about my mechanics and my delivery, and I just want to make sure that I can repeat it better going forward.
投球全体の評価。
マイクを通して。
Can you just quickly touch on an overall evaluation of your performance?
良かったんじゃないかなと思います。
Stay on your right.
お疲れ様です。3回にちょっと制球で相当苦しんだ中で最後しっかり抑えられたところのこう心境と、あともう一個球速が球場表示でマックス163出ましたけども、そこのついての感想をお願いします。
Even though you struggled with your command in the third inning, you were able to ultimately get out of it. How do you feel about that? And then the fact that you're able to hit 101 miles an hour today, how do you feel about that?
球速に関しては、自分の中でアップの時からいいフォームで投げれて、投げる前から手応えを感じてましたし、実際にいいフォームで、いい感覚で投げれたので、そこに関して良かったなと思います。コントロールについてはその前のイニングから、少しこうなんていうんですかね、微妙なズレだったり、そういったものもあったので、それはそれで、次に向けてこう修正していかなきゃいけないなと思いますけど、それ以上に、初回しっかり投げれたこと、感覚が、しばらくなかったので、そこがしっかり戻ってきたこと、そっちが良かったのかなと思います。
On my velocity, I felt good warming up. I felt good about my mechanics, and so that was a good thing. On my command, there were a few sort of things that felt off from the previous inning, but I thought the first inning went really well. It's a feeling I hadn't had in a little while, so I just want to make sure that I can feel that again going forward.
Fourth row on your left, Roki.
まっすぐと、同様に武器であるフォークボールが少し今日決まりきらなかった部分もあったのかなと思ったんですけども、そのフォークボールの評価っていうのはご自身でどうされてるでしょうか。
Splitter is obviously your second main weapon alongside your fastball. There are a few instances where you couldn't put hitters away with it today. Can you touch on just your evaluation of how your splitter was today?
今日に関しては、なかなかコントロールできなかったりだとか、ベース板の上を取らなかったので、そこに関してはここまでの2回の登板ではなかったものなので、また今日こうして、課題が出てよかったですし、そこを、気候だったり環境だったり、いろいろ違うところがあるので、その場に応じた対策が、していかなきゃいけないかなと思います。
I struggled with the command of my splitter today, especially not being able to throw it over the plate. That wasn't something that I had an issue with in my previous
spring training outings. And so in some ways it was a good thing to have that issue come up today. And there's obviously a lot that's different in the environment, the temperature, that kind of thing. And so I want to make sure that I have solutions based on the environment that I'm in and self-correct from here.
Go to the third row on your right, Roki.
お疲れ様です。サンケイスポーツの横山です。夢見てきた舞台っていうふうにずっとおっしゃってましたけども、実際マウンドに上がって今までにない、緊張感であったり高揚感であったりマウンドでどういうことを感じられたのかっていうのを教えてください。
You talked about this being a dream for you. Did you have any sort of nervousness or excitement that you hadn't felt before? How did you feel on the mound today?
今日に関してはいつもより、いい緊張感の中で、投げれたと思いますし、アメリカで投げるのとまた違って、日本のファンの中で、投げることができて、日本のファンの前で投げることができてよかったと思いますし、素晴らしい雰囲気、本当に日本独特の雰囲気だったり、そういったものの中で投げることができてよかったなと思います。
I think it was a really good thing that I was able to pitch with like a good nervousness. I think it was a really excellent environment created by the Japanese fans, an environment that's unique to Japan, that I think that is different from what it will be like in the United States. And so I think it was a really good thing to be able to pitch in front of the fans here in Japan.
All right, in the interest of time, we'll take some English questions. Who's up first for Roki? Start with Jack on your left, Roki.
What was the biggest difference of experiencing an MLB game for the first time?
日本で投げたので、なかなか難しいというか、なんていうんですかね、国際大会投げているような感覚に近い、状態ではあったんですけど、本当に素晴らしい雰囲気の中で投げましたし、メジャーの、いいバッターに対して、自分のパフォーマンスができてよかったなと思います。
It was in Japan, so it's kind of difficult to say. It felt almost like pitching in an international tournament. But the fact that I was able to pitch in this really excellent atmosphere against really good major league hitters, I think was a really good experience.
I believe we have Tommy here, so one more in English, if there is one. Okay, we'll finish with Fabian, and then Tommy will come in.
Especially in these first few starts for you in the big leagues, what are you looking to sort of see and sort of learn from yourself and from facing that sort of competition, sort of feel like that you are progressing and sort of developing the way that you kind of want?
自分の、持っているものというか、ストレートだったりフォークボールが、どういうふうに通用していくのか、あとその中で投げていった中で課題が出てくると思うので、それを、シーズン終盤の大事な時に、そういったものをなくせるように、そういったものを、早めに課題が出てきてくれたなと思います。
I want to see how the pitches that I have, my fastball, my splitter will play against big league hitters, and there will be issues that come up from that. And so I want to be in a position where I can address those issues as early as possible, so that come the end of the season, really big games, those issues I will solve.
All right, Roki, congratulations. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it. I believe Tommy is here. All right, Tommy, congratulations. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. All right, so we'll begin with questions in Japanese for Tommy. Who has the first question?
では最初に日本語の質問を受け付けます。日本語で質問がある方はどうぞ。
That Korea versus Japan game, it was great energy there. So I was excited to come back, and I got to play 4 more games here. It was a really great opportunity, and both the games against the Japanese teams and then against the Cubs as well. Just great environment. And, I've enjoyed enjoyed this second trip out here.
東京ドームに来てまた試合ができて、すごい楽しかったです。特に前回の WBC でも日韓戦というのはすごい楽しくて、今回こうやって4試合、巨人戦、阪神戦と
Other questions for Tommy? We'll go to Jack on your left.
What was it like watching Roki? What was it like watching Roki over those first 3 innings tonight, playing behind him?
Yeah, it was fun. You know, he's got really electric stuff. Obviously throws 100, and that splitter moves all over the place. Definitely seemed like there were a little bit of nerves, kind of just not able to find the zone from time to time. But, you know, what was really impressive was the fact that he was able to bear down in that 3rd inning and get a couple of huge strikeouts to end the threat. And he just made the pitches when he needed to. So, you know, we know he's going to have a really successful year. And there's, you know, not many guys in the league that have stuff as good as he does.
We'll go to Fabian on the left.
Hey, Tommy. Michael sort of talked about like how his first year now with Dodgers, like he's been trained to the first step every single time Shohei comes up to bat just because he has a penchant for like doing whatever is needed at a certain moment. Like, what has it been like for watching that this week, especially hitting the home run against the Giants and hitting the home run tonight?
Yeah, it's almost kind of become the expectation that whenever he comes up in a big situation that he's going to come through. And, you know, it's kind of just ridiculous. It seems like he's just playing a video game, you know, and we're all just out there grinding, trying to do whatever we can to win the game. And, you know, he's just playing a different game altogether. But it is pretty crazy to just see the stuff he does on a daily basis.
Other questions for Tommy? We'll go to Doug.
Tommy hit the first home run of the 2025 season. Saw last season had a couple multi-home run games, the home runs in the NLCS and the World Series. Does it feel like there's more of a power bonus to your game? And just kind of what do you attribute that to?
Yeah, I think it's just my swing kind of, you know, being better and being able to, you know, have a better path to the ball and be able to elevate it a little bit rather than, you know, hitting ground balls. It's tough to hit a home run when you hit the ball on the ground. Not that I'm trying to hit fly balls or anything like that, but that kind of just results when I take a good swing.
One last one for Tommy, Japanese or English. We'll finish up on the left.
去年ドジャースに入られてから大活躍をされていて、エドマン選手のファン日本にもとてもたくさんいると思うんですけれども、今日日本のそのムード、ファンのムードをどういうふうに感じられたのか、また日本のファンに何かメッセージがあれば教えてください。
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun to just see the passion of the Japanese fans. You know, we kind of hear about it. We hear about how the Dodgers has this great presence in Japan, but it's different altogether to experience it firsthand. And, you know, the fans, you know, were really great these last 4 games here. Even got to meet some fans out on the street, just like when we were walking around on the off days. And you can just see the passion that they have for the game of baseball. So we really appreciate that, and we hope that, you know, more and more Japanese fans start to root for the Dodgers.
日本のファンの熱意っていうのは、すごい熱意があるっていうのは前から聞いてましたけど、身近で経験できてすごい良かったです。特に、今日街中でも何人かファンに会いましたし、すごい野球に関して、情熱的で、詳しいので、すごい、 野球にとって素晴らしくて、日本のファンに会えてよかったです。
All right, Tommy, congratulations. Yuji, thank you for everything. Appreciate it this week.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
And that concludes the post-game. MLB was deeply honored to experience Japanese baseball. We thank everyone for your coverage, and it's a great way to start the baseball season, and thank you for having us. Appreciate it.